My name's Tracy, and I am an astrologer. I'm a certified coach. I am a social justice advocate. And coming off of a rather eventful week, it's only Wednesday, with a super moon in the sign of Taurus that technically grew to its fullest earlier this morning around 8 a.m. on the East Coast. I thought it would be fitting to do a ritual. And this is something that you can do anytime, really. Rituals are a way to connect with yourself. They're a time to connect with the energy around us. In our case, a super moon, a full moon in the sign of Taurus. And it's also a way to set an intention, say a prayer, work some magic, all for your own benefit. Um, that's how I define what a ritual is. And as long as there's intention behind the ritual, and as long as you're performing the ritual in an environment and with a mindset of love and comfort and anchoring, then you will always have a rather successful and impactful ritual. So, thank you for joining me this evening. For those of you who have just joined, there should be some items that you have with you, specifically a notebook or journal. You also want to make sure that you have a piece of paper, any kind of item that connects you to the element of earth. So, whether it's soil from your yard, crystal, precious stone. I actually have a candle here. I have a green candle here. Green represents the color of nature. An open heart. Those are items that you want to have with you as we perform our ritual. Okay. So let's get started. Um, there's a full moon that will look pretty big if you're looking right now. It's a super moon, and super moons occur when the full moon itself is really close to the planet Earth. It just appears bigger in the sky. And full moons in astrology represent completions, they represent endings. It's during a full moon that we um, practice the art of surrender, letting go of the things and circumstances and hiccups that, inhibit us from reaching our fullest potential or reaching a goal or claiming an important intention. And so it's usually during a full moon where things wrap up, things reach an end point, things reach a culminating point. And that's when life shifts. That's when life pivots. And the energy of that full moon begins to wane as we move into the new moon cycle, ready to set new intentions for the next lunar cycle. The full moon is in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is a sign that is earthy in nature. It's an earth sign, grounded, anchored, and on a core level, Taurus's influence is one of safety. Taurus is a sign that wants to feel secure. Taurus is a sign that needs to know everything is where it should be. There's a roof over my head, there's food in the refrigerator, there's money in the savings account. And so, on a deeper level, astrologically, Taurus connects us to the things that we value the most. It's a sign that connects us to our priorities. It's a sign that connects us to the give and take in our relationships and how we are able to cultivate a life of wellness and prosperity and abundance. And so this full moon in the sign of Taurus really represents a culminating point as it relates to our definition of abundance, as it relates to the riches that we're attempting to call in, as it relates to our values. And there are a number of ways that this can manifest. What comes to mind is if you are negotiating a financial agreement, if you are negotiating reciprocity in a relationship, if you are considering certain purchases and investments and possessions that you own that you're ready to part ways with. an attachment to something that you need to release, whether it's an unhealthy person or an unhealthy belief. The significance of this full moon is to really rid ourselves of whatever it is that inhibits us from calling in more of what we want and what we desire in the way of our values and the way of our relationship with the material world. And so this ritual is meant to help you release. This is not a new moon, it's a full moon. It's during a new moon where we set intentions. It's during a full moon where we let something go. And as I take you through the ritual, it's going to be important that you be honest with yourself. If there are certain things that you're holding on to, whether it's a piece of property that is not proving to be sustainable or does not give you comfort or security, if it's a relationship, situationship that is compromising your feelings of self worth and self esteem, if it's an attitude, an experience of lack or a feeling of lack and scarcity, these are things that can block us from achieving more and acquiring more of what we deeply need, want, and desire. Okay. So that's kind of the energy of this full moon. And this is the ritual, or at least the intention behind the ritual that we will get started with.